Hey guys, I'm back at it again with another body game video. If you're new, welcome to my channel. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into it. But yeah, I wanted to talk about leverage in the workplace and body game and understanding what that is. Like, how does that work? What happens? You know what I mean? Because you may be younger, you may not know how things work. You may not know about human behavior, and you may think that everything is just a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking that you can just work hard and you're just supposed to get these amazing salaries, these increases, these jobs, these promotions, and you're being passed up on people with degrees. You're being passed up with X, Y, Z. And basically what I'm here to tell you is it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when it comes to, damn, I can't even have that on. When it comes to body game and understanding like where you sit in your office, where you sit in the workplace, is that you'll start to understand that a lot of these companies or a lot of these jobs are choosing the same archetype of people. And one of the things I've noticed is that these people are healthy and in shape. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it could be like a certain type of race or whatever like that. Like you can get into that. But one thing I've really have noticed is that people who have the most power, the people who are like kind of like at the top of the food chain, whether they're like building or whatever like that inside of a company, and even with businesses, is that these people are in shape. Whether it be like, it'll be the women, especially for the women, I feel like a lot of these companies are a lot harder when it comes to the women and like them being in shape, them being in you know, in the in crowd, or you know, being able to be promoted. But they're in shape, man. Like even with the men are in shape. You know, they're either in suits, you know what I'm saying, corporate, or if you're dealing with like higher ups, like for the man, for authority. And it's because people respond very well to somebody who has authority, somebody who's how you everyone says now has aura. You know what I'm saying? Manager aura. People who are disciplined. You know, military. I've seen that a lot of times too, to where military will get a lot of different positions just because they have that physique, or they have that you know, that attitude, that aura, that energy of being like very militant. You know what I mean? So also, what comes into it with body game is that they choose these people a lot of the times is because they have to understand, or you have to be able to lead a group. You know what I mean? And if a group is not respecting you, guess what? A lot of these jobs aren't going to get done. A lot of people think they're going to be bigger than the program. They're going to think they don't have to do X, Y, and Z. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to get a whole lot of backlash. Whereas if you're dealing with somebody who's militant in the military, or you're dealing with somebody who's like very a disciplined person, they're more likely to listen. They have more authority. And a lot of times people who have positions in power, they're looking for someone who can carry out their mission. They're looking for somebody who can carry out their values. They're looking for somebody who can carry out their talking points. Like when they say something, like a lot of the things that people who are moving up, they're getting orders from someone else, right? Because they most likely they're not the CEO. The CEO, you know, finds somebody else to do that. But a lot of those feelings and how they may come across, or the delivery is being told for them to be like that. It's being told for them to be very strong, very you know, mean, very direct, very you know, just straightforward. And it's because like the person who's in the higher up, they may not have that stature. They may not have that look, or they may not be as skinny or whatever like that, but they understand that they can't say those type of things. Like they just don't have that authority to say X, Y, and Z. Or if they say X, Y, and Z, they're like, oh, whatever. Like, you know, if they didn't have that power, if that CEO didn't have that power, they don't even know who that is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the CEO will come into companies, no one knows who this person is. You know what I mean? Because they're like, you know, a CEO is not really gonna come dressed up, super tall, super jacked, and, you know, just start, you know, being militant. A lot of the CEOs aren't militant, but it's a role, and hierarchy is just, it's a role for everybody, just from the simple fact of in order for their missions and their ideas to take place and for them to like be able to communicate those to other people, somebody has to do that. And that person who is like that has to be a strong person. Somebody has to be very, very dominant. And a lot of times you have dominant people in the workplaces because people are unruly. People don't listen. You know what I'm saying? You'll tell somebody something once, they don't do it. You can't be nice. It's like you'll tell them, okay, I don't like when you're doing this. They'll do it again. Hey, I don't like when you do this. They'll do it again. And it's just like, you got to have somebody who cuts the emotions off. Is like, yeah, you got to go. You know what I mean? You're like, I told you to do this. You underperform. You got to go. And I think that like when you're just coming in, you're doing entry levels and things like that, or you're just like going off the task of what the higher ups are telling you. It's like they're telling you that for a reason, of course, to achieve the goal. But at the end of the day, the main point is to achieve the goal, is to get the money, especially when you're dealing with business. So everything else is second, like how you feel, how somebody's talking to you, how somebody's being, how they're approaching you, how they're sitting down, how they're encouraging you. That is second to last. Like that's not even a factor. They're looking at numbers. They're looking at spreadsheets and things like that. So when these CEOs are picking these people, or the people who are like closer to the higher ups, they need someone dominant. They need somebody strong. They need somebody who is practicing body game, because they understand this person is disciplined. And body game is not only physical. It deals with disciplines, resilience, and understanding your weight, understanding like how to push your weight, how to like leverage your physique, how to leverage how you are as a person, how to be involved, dominant, not nervous, not scared. Because if you're leading people, and you're gonna get more money for doing that, but if you're leading people, they have to respect you. They have to listen to you, because it falls back on you. So it's like sometimes they need somebody who's gonna be like, look, you're not listening. I don't like when you do this. You're being lazy. You're being weak. I don't like you're weak. I don't like you. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes they have to be dominant, because a person is so into how they feel, or they're so comfortable, and they'll be at the bottom of the totem pole because you don't have it. You don't have that mentality to persevere. You don't have that mentality to keep going. And it's the same thing, like even with like YouTube, like posting and things like that. Like a lot of people just give up with it. Like they just kind of like, okay, I'll do it for a little bit and I'll stop, and I'll go over here and I'll stop, and I'll come back and stop and come back and figure it out. And it's just like the best YouTubers are the people who own the best businesses, or people who are in the higher ups. They understand to keep going even if they don't see the results, but they also understand how to keep going and be a leader. They know how to speak to their people. You know what I'm saying? Just how we're talking. They know how to have a conversation. They know how to show up. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of times body game helps you out this, because you'll start to understand, okay, my CEO is not a jerk. My CEO is not this. But if we don't earn this money, we're not going to be in business. Like, I don't think we realize that, or like for businesses or YouTubers. If let's say for a YouTuber, if this YouTuber does not post this video, his family, his folks don't have things to watch. They don't have the content to consume. He doesn't make the money. He can't feed. He can't provide. And it's just like, I think the people at the bottom, they're just so used to someone barking orders at them, but they don't understand where the orders are coming from. They don't understand the severity. Okay, if we don't meet these numbers, we may go bankrupt. We all might not have a job. We all might not be able to put our kids through school. We all may not be able to buy this car. We all may not be able to get like a house or a bigger house, or put our, you know what I'm saying? Look out for the next generation in our family, or put food on the table. And I think that when you're practicing body game, you got to understand that it is also a mentality. It's also behavior. And you learn that when going to the gym. You understand when you start transforming your body, you know what I'm saying? Get the abs, get all the X, Y, and Z. You understand that people respect you because they understand that it's hard. It's not easy. Body game is not something you can just wake up and do. Like, you have to continuously work. You have to maintain. This is one of the main things when it comes to body game, finances, money. This is what I'm learning too. A lot of the things that you want, you couldn't maintain it. Like, man, it's like, it's such a good conversation, but it's like, you can't maintain it. You can probably get it, but how long can you maintain it? If you were to get a private jet, or if you were to get the car of your dreams, how can you maintain it? What are you going to do? Are you doing something that can generate you the income to sustain it? And that's what I want you guys to understand is that it's more than like how you look, but it's also a attitude. It's also behavior, because people are not going to respect someone who does not have authority, or who isn't able to take care of themselves, isn't able to, someone who, you know, you look at them physically and you're just like, you know, oh yeah, why would I listen? Why would I listen to John? Why would I listen to Jane or Sarah? Like whatever, shut up. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, what you gonna do? Fire me? No, you're too weak, you're too emotional. And that's what I want you guys to understand. People are passing judgments on people, and sometimes you do have to prove yourself, especially in the workplace. And you need to understand that, and you need to practice body game. So you physically already look like that. You already had that preconceived notion that you are that way. Even if you're not, people will assume that you are that way, and you will have less problems to deal with. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out.